During the 2002 excavation season, a very interesting discovery was made at the center of the Yarmukian village. At first, a circle of stones was discovered, but as the excavations continued, it turned out to be a splendidly built well constructed from layers of basalt stones laid in circles. The primeval well had been dug 15 meters deep, and its solid structure shows that the locals had highly developed engineering skills. There was no crucial lack of water at the site itself, since the village is located only 300 meters from the Yarmuk River. Therefore, it seems that the well was built basically for reasons of convenience of the water supply. In many cultures, the women carry the water, and the well is a sort of gathering place for the women of the village. Apparently, those who benefited the most from the digging of the well were the women. Perhaps the fact that the villagers made such an effort to care for the women's welfare reveals the women's status and influence on everyday life in the Yarmukian village. Nowadays, social movements fighting for the change of attitude towards women draw strength from the ancient women of the Yarmukian village. Iris and her friends are working to change women's image in our society. On the final day of the excavation season, before the ancient well was recovered, they came to draw on the old feminine power of the well, with which they planned to change the pattern of the world. So to me, knowing that such wonderful things happened in ancient cultures, such as this well, how it was built, and how it was guarded, like the idols, like a lot of things found, it connects an era, a difficult one, the patriarchal era, to an older era. In my opinion, the most important thing in that era is that the god and the goddess were equal. The goddess was in the temple, as well as in the human inner heart. To me, the idols, their shape, this is the primary message from that culture, a sign of respect and honor to the great holiness of the feminine being, the feminine life force. The archaeological excavation site near the Yarmuk River. Discoveries which revolutionized the study of prehistoric man were made here. An ancient village, 8,000 years old, possibly a cultural and sacred center for the whole Middle East era. And what is particularly interesting is the abundance of beautiful stone statuettes and ceramic figurines found here. All were majestic, full-bodied women. These icons were used in cult ceremonies. It is obvious that our ancient culture admired and worshipped the goddess, the mother, the woman. I have been involved with these issues for a long time. It's wonderful that we are now able to deal more openly with it. However, it's not so simple. Judaism tried, let's say quite empathetically, to remove the goddess from the temple. Although things were different a long time ago, it is possible to apply the relevant knowledge from that time also today, through a very simple and direct experience of the heart. Today the Academy interprets finds a little differently to 20 years ago. Then when someone found icons, they would say, these are women, fertility symbols, and so on. Now they call them goddesses, with all the associated honor, and this honor is passed on to women in general. For this reason, we intend to organize conventions here, in Shar Golan, next year I hope, and work with men and women on these subjects, to show, simply to show, that many patterns and opinions are based on false knowledge. The ancient well is again lying deep under the ground, covered with all its secrets. Was it the source of the power to the ancient goddess? And will a new goddess's movement arise from its waters? Only days will tell.